Well, let's just get right into this. In this video, we're going to be taking the spruce main board. We're going to wire it into the project box here, and then we're going to wire that into the oven so that you have a complete system. Let me explain to you what I've done so far. What I've done is I've hooked power here to my receptacle. And what I've done is that while the power is hooked up to it, I checked the polarity with a voltmeter here. I took my positive and I wired it here. And you notice I have two wires. These actually are going to go to the switch. So I have my negative here wired up, and I have another wire into the negative here. So remember, this is positive, this is negative. Second thing I did was I took a couple of wires about 8 inches long with male ends on them and hooked them into the thermistor. What we're going to do right now is check to make sure that the thermistor ends are in the correct place on the oven. So let's get the oven out and look at that real quick. Okay, here's our reflow oven, and you notice with my voltmeter, you get this little chirpy noise. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm kind of far away. What I'm going to do is just verify which one of these pins goes to the thermistor. So the thermistor is here on the inside, so I'm just going to put one lead on a wire in the thermistor and check here. Okay, so the first two here are our thermistor. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the cable that we made to connect the spruce module with the oven, and I'm going to plug it in. Now I'm going to see which of these. It should be that one right there. Oops. Actually, it should be this one right here. And just verify. Nope, it's not that one. So we'll go to the other end. There we go. So I know these pins right here are wired to the thermistor. So now let's get back to the project box. All right, now here's my cable, and I mark the ends with a pin so I'll know which ends are connected to the thermistor. I'm going to take my cable and I'm going to stick it in here, and I'll notice that these two holes right here are for the thermistor. So I'm going to take these two male ends and I'm going to stick them in this hole right here, and then I'm going to check my cable to make sure it's hooked up correctly. Alright, what I've done here is I've wired in my two pins, and I'm going to take my cable and put my cable back in. And you notice here is the end that I've marked, that I know has the thermistor on it. So, easiest way to do this, take your continuity checker, place it in the cable, and then touch your thermistor connection. And you hear that chirp, means it's connected to the thermistor. So I'm going to check the other one real quick. Yes, the thermistor is connected correctly. If you do not connect this thermistor correctly, what's going to happen is you'll end up with 120 volts coming to your board through the thermistor. It'll wipe everything out. You'll have to make a new board. You'll blow your PIC chip. You'll blow your potentiometers. You'll blow your diodes. You'll blow everything in here, and you'll start over from scratch. All right, now you're looking down into the spruce project box. So my next step is to take a couple wires with male pins, run them from here to the two centers, and then here to the two ends. And then the module will be wired up for the oven. Okay, let's talk about how we finish wiring the spruce up. You notice I have a 6-pin connector here and a 6-pin connector here. I have 4 pins not connected to anything in the middle of the LCD. Once you connect your cables for your LCD, all you're going to do is cross them over, keep the ribbon flat or your cable flat, and then plug them in. If you plug them in incorrectly, it's no big deal. You're not going to blow out the LCD. You're not going to blow out the microcontroller. Just pull them out and reconnect them. Here, you see I've connected both my leads to my switch, my on-off switch. Now what you do is you close the lid, and then you connect the LEDs up to the board. You connect the keypad up to the board, and it should function correctly. Here's the spruce module that we just wired up. I got the power connector in it. Turn the power switch on. Green light comes on. Splash screen comes on. Everything looks fine. Next thing I'm going to do is plug it into the oven and check it. What I'm going to do is just turn it on. I got the splash screen, and I'm just going to run a quick profile. I'm just going to press 1, then press D to start. Okay, I hear it humming, which means it has power going into it. And let's look to see if the two coils heat up, and then we'll know it's working correctly. And there they are. The coils are a bright orange. So here's the spruce we've been making through all these videos. It's ready to go. It's actually a donation to Weber State University.